Did you know that the average person quietly pays over $200,000 per year in a hidden tax that the IRS will never send you a bill for? Yet the top 1% of wealth creators have figured out how to pay almost zero of it and actually turn it into pure profit. In fact, last year alone, this invisible tax would have cost me $187,000 if I hadn't eliminated it completely using one brutally simple rule that I'm about to hand you on a silver platter so you can start banking the exact same refunds starting this week. That tax is called the opportunity tax. The money you lose every single time you hesitate, overthink, wait for perfect conditions, or let fear of looking stupid stop you from jumping on a screaming deal, a trending idea, or a market shift that everyone else is already making millions from. And I'm living proof, because 3 years ago I was still paying this tax like a chump. Watching real estate flips, I passed on triple in value. Crypto coins, I needed to research more. 100x while I sat on the sidelines with my thumb up my ass. And business partnerships I ghosted because I was scared of failure explode into 8-figure exits. But then, I declared war on hesitation and installed my 48-hour decision rule that forces me to either say hell yes or hell no within 2 days of spotting any real opportunity, no middle ground, no maybe later folder, no endless due diligence paralysis, and the result was $187,000 in pure profit last year alone that would have evaporated forever if I had kept paying the opportunity tax like 99% of people still do today. Let me take you back to 2020, when I was still a recovering people pleaser, living in a 900 square foot apartment in Austin, scrolling through Bigger Pockets at 2 a.m., and seeing a wholesale deal on a distressed fourplex listed at $340K that needed 60 Ks in repairs, but would be worth $580K the second the work was done. The numbers screamed like a fire alarm. Cash on cash return over 35%. But instead of pulling the trigger, I started my usual bullshit. I told myself I needed to drive by it first. Then, I needed to run comps again. Then, I needed to call my mentor who never answers. Then, I needed to sleep on it. And by the time I finally convinced myself it was a no-brainer, the property was under contract by some kid 10 years younger than me who simply replied, "Send contract," within 4 hours of the email hitting his inbox. 6 months later, that kid flipped it for $225K profit after repairs, and I sat there staring at my screen, realizing I had just voluntarily paid $225,000 in opportunity tax because I was too slow, too scared, and too addicted to the illusion of certainty. And that single moment hurt worse than any margin call I ever took in crypto, because this wasn't bad luck. This was self-inflicted poverty. That's when I snapped. I grabbed a legal pad and wrote at the top, "Opportunity tax, your death." And underneath, I created the 48-hour decision rule that has made me richer than any trading, indicator, or guru course ever could. The rule is brutally simple. The second I become aware of any opportunity that could realistically move the needle by at least $20,000, whether it's real estate, a business partnership, a crypto token with real utility launching, a stock breaking out on insane volume, whatever, I have exactly 48 hours to either commit hard money or kill it forever. No extensions, no "I'll revisit in a month," no saving it in a Notion board of dreams. Because every minute past 48 hours, the tax compounds and the probability of someone else taking it approaches 100%. And to make the rule stick, I added 3 enforcement mechanisms that turned it from a nice idea into a wealth printing machine. Enforcement Summer 1, the pain penalty. If I break the 48-hour rule and the deal ends up making money for someone else, I have to immediately wire $5,000 to a charity I hate. Yes, hate. Because losing money to slow decisions already hurts, but losing it to an organization I disagree with hurts 10 times worse and wires my brain to never do it again. Enforcement number 2, the public accountability stake. I have to text the opportunity to my mastermind group of 5 other millionaire operators the moment I see it, with the exact deadline 48 hours from that timestamp. And if I ghost or make excuses, they roast me mercilessly in the chat. And I owe the group dinner at a steakhouse minimum $2,000. Social humiliation is the ultimate performance enhancer. Enforcement number 3, the money on the line deposit. For any deal over 50K's potential profit, I force myself to put 1.5% non-refundable earnest money down within the first 12 hours, or I'm not allowed to even think about it anymore. Skin in the game kills hesitation faster than anything else on Earth. Let me show you exactly how this played out last year with the $187,000 I banked by refusing to pay the opportunity tax anymore. Deal number 1 was a direct-to-seller off-market duplex in Phoenix, hitting my inbox January 14th from a wholesaler I barely knew. Listed at $410K, ARV $620K after $50K with rehab, I ran numbers in 22 minutes, saw 28% KOC return, texted my mastermind at minute 27 with 48-hour clock starts now, wired $10K non-refundable by hour 11, locked it up, closed 42 days later, sold it in September for $198K profit after all costs. That single 48-hour decision put $198K in my pocket, but according to my old self, would have died in the maybe folder while I waited for interest rates to maybe drop, or for Mercury to get out of retrograde, or whatever excuse I used to love. Deal number 2, March. A buddy texts me about a Web3 project raising at 0.8 per token with a team that shipped 2 previous 100x projects. I had never heard of them 5 minutes earlier, but I recognized 2 advisors who made me $400K on previous plays. I asked for the deck, spent 4 hours digging, saw real utility in DeFi lending, committed $50K hard at hour 19. Token launched publicly at $1.80. 6 months later, my $50K turned into $1.125 million on paper, cashed out $250K at peak to pay 0 opportunity tax, and let the rest ride tax-free in my Roth. Deal number 3, July, a commercial strip center listed on Crexy, 30% below market because the seller was getting divorced and needed cash yesterday, 8% cap rate at asking price. I flew out same day, walked it with the broker, saw the upside to 11% cap with simple rent bumps, put it under contract hour 39 with $25K non-refundable, syndicated it to my investor list, closed in 34 days, refinanced 6 months later, pulling out all my original capital plus $112K cash out tax-free. That's another $112K. That would have vanished if I had waited for the perfect market timing everyone on YouTube keeps promising is right around the corner. Deal number 4 through 9 were smaller but same pattern. A vending machine route for $38K that cash flows $72K per year. A luxury car flip on Bring a Trailer that made $31K in 11 days. A private lending deal at 14% secured by first lien. All of them would have been snatched by faster wolves if I had taken longer than 48 hours. Total for the year, after adding up every single one, a $187,123 in profit that used to be opportunity tax. I voluntarily paid to the universe for being slow, scared, and overly analytical. Now, let's break the 48-hour decision rule into the exact 4-part framework I use every single time, so you can copy-paste it into your life starting today and stop bleeding money you'll never see again. Part 1. Immediate red flag filter. The second an opportunity hits my radar, I ask 3 yes, no questions, and if any answer is no, I kill it in under 5 minutes and never think about it again. Question 1. Can this realistically make me minimum 20K net profit within 24 months? Question 2. Do I have or can I get the money to execute without destroying my liquidity? Question 3. Is this in my circle of competence, or do I have a trusted expert I can lean on? If all 3 are yes, I move to part 2. If any no, I delete the email and move on with my life richer for not wasting time. Part 2. 12-hour deep dive. I give myself maximum 12 hours to talk to the seller, such broker, baller, founder, run numbers on my 1-page deal analyzer spreadsheet, call 1 or 2 people smarter than me for a quick gut check, and most importantly, calculate exactly how much opportunity tax I'm paying by waiting. For example, if the duplex could make $200K and there are already 3 other offers, I know every hour of delay is costing me thousands in probability. Fear loses its grip when you quantify the tax. Part 3. Commitment or kill at hour 48, no exceptions. I either wire money, sign the LOI, send the contract with deposit, Or I publicly declare it dead to my accountability group and literally delete every file and email about it, so I'm not tempted to resurrect it later when someone else is posting Lambo pictures. Killing your darlings is the ultimate power move in wealth creation. Part 4. Post-mortem tax. Audit, win or lose. I do a 15-minute debrief within 72 hours of the outcome, asking, did I execute the 48-hour rule perfectly? What did I learn? How can I get faster next time? This turns every deal into a PhD in speed and compounds my edge exponentially. Look, I get it. Your brain is screaming, but what if it's a bad deal? And the answer is sometimes it will be. I've lost 83K on deals I pulled the trigger on fast. But that's still cheaper than the millions I would have lost paying opportunity tax on the sidelines. Losing fast is part of winning big. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to never leave money on the table because you were too slow, and the 48-hour rule guarantees that stops happening. So here's your immediate action plan. Tonight, before you go to bed, grab your phone, open notes, and write 48-hour decision rule activated at the top. Then list every opportunity you've been sitting on for more than 2 days. Real estate leads, business ideas, crypto projects, side hustles, whatever, and set a 48-hour timer starting right now. Text one friend who will hold you accountable and tell them you owe them $500 if you don't execute or kill by the deadline. Then watch how fast your bank account starts growing when hesitation dies. The rich don't have better ideas. They have faster triggers. And starting this second, you now own the exact rule that made me $187,000 richer last year while everyone else kept paying the tax nobody talks about. So go collect your refund. I'll see you at the top.